Interactive Introverts. I'm mostly making this video as a way to remember everything because you weren't allowed to film, even though some people did anyway. I don't know, people, you can do whatever you want. But if this becomes viral just because Dan filled in the title, then hello everyone, I'm Liz. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, we left around 2 p.m. to make sure we had enough time to park and get there because you had to be there by a certain time. When we got there, we took some photos in front of the sign and then we had to wait in line and we were there for about an hour. But then we finally went to the meet and greet place and then they came out of an elevator, and even though we weren't in the front of the line, I think I was one of the first people to see them because of my angling was like right so you could like see the elevator. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but I might have a good photo to kind of explain it better. But I had to try to keep my cool because I didn't want to be that person who's just like, oh my gosh, it's Dan and Phil. So I was just like to my friend, Casey, Dan and Phil are right there. Oh my gosh. And then everyone just started screaming when they realized. And they came out and said hi, and I completely missed this. But my friend says that Phil waved to her, and like, I can't believe that. Even though I literally met them, so I don't know why I'm fangirling over that. After, a few minutes after they went back in the elevator, they started the meet and greet, and my friend and I were literally freaking out. My friend was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this, Liz, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, keep your calm, you'll be fine. I'm nervous too, we're all nervous. I have a video of me meeting them, but it's kind of dark, and my mom completely missed it. But Phil had his arms out immediately for a hug, and it was so precious. Oh my gosh. They're really nice, and it's crazy. And like dancing, my art was cute. That was, oh my gosh, I was not okay. And anyway, we went to get pizza after that because we had a lot of time. And I literally was showing my friend our selfie, and I had this look of awe, and it was so adorable. And I literally have a photo of that. Like, thank you, Mom, for capturing the moment of me just looking at my selfie in awe. Ignore the fact I'm wearing a different shirt, but I had to refilm the whole last part because it was really badly done and it made me cringe way too much. So yeah. Also, hopefully there's not background noise, but my mom is mowing the lawn, so you might hear that in the background. Anyway, to the interesting part, aka the show, because I don't think any of you really care about me meeting Dan and Phil, but you know, before the actual show, when everyone was just waiting and sitting because we all got there kind of early, they played Panic at the Disco and MCR. And when they played Welcome to the Black Parade, everyone started screaming the lyrics. Everyone was just like waving their phones with the with the flashlight. I just called it a camera with the flashlights on like this, and it was amazing. And I was just like, we're all emos here. The show was amazing. I loved it, and there were so many references that my mom was just like, I liked Mark's shows better, and I was like, of course you did. His was improv and not full of references, but they were both great. They're both great, just saying. I'm just gonna say a bunch of highlights of the show because I want to be able to look back at this and just remember everything that happened. Because I know that in a year I'm probably not going to fully remember it. Anyway, at the beginning of the show, there was this thing where they had like a props box of what they weren't going to do. And Dan did this little Naruto run over to it. It was so precious. Apparently they love our style of pizza. I did not know Detroit had a style of pizza. But they were like, we like your pizza better than New York's. And I was just like, I stand. They jokingly were like, release the bees! And everyone started screaming, and it was really weird. I was just kind of sitting there like, I don't want any bees. I know this is a reference, but like, no bees, please. And then later, they said something about like releasing a ton of ice onto us. I forgot how they worded it exactly. But then everyone started screaming again. And Dan was really like, Detroit, y'all are weird. And I thought that was really funny because I don't know why everyone was screaming either. And I had Dan's reaction, honestly. Also, during the part of what they weren't going to do, they were like, we are not going to get naked. And they were like fake stripping. Like acting like they were about to strip and then not. And I thought they were just going to be like, no guys, we're not doing that. Of course we're not. But then they literally ripped off their shirts to reveal like the same shirt underneath. And I was so shocked because I was not expecting that at all. There was also this part in the show where they were like being where Phil was like a demon and Dan was like an angel, and they were supposed to make something good bad or something bad good. And Phil kept bringing up beetles coming out of your brains. And Dan was literally like, Phil, for the next one, don't bring up beetles in brains. And then he was just like, yee. And then they literally made us do the yee meme. They were like, ba 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 ba. Whoa, that was not the yee meme. I just disrespected the yee meme. I'm so sorry. Out of context, but Dan literally just casual was like, the only D Phil needs is vitamin D. And I can't remember the context, but I thought that was funny. There's this part of the show that was supposed to be like, your actions have consequences, where they're on the voting thing. It was like, who would you rather like sacrifice or something? I don't remember the wording, but it was Dan that was on like a wheel. It was really weird, but Phil got to shoot him with like a cannon that had like a paintball in it, and Phil was just casually stroking it. And Dan was just like, stop stroking it. And at the same time, Phil was like, my baby. And I was just like, why is that your baby? Dan literally ripped himself off the wheel after he got shot 3 times. And he was taking off this white like jumpsuit thing. I can't think of the name of it. But the spotlight was literally just following him. It was just like, guys, I need privacy. And it was really awkward and funny. On their set, there were like boxes and then like flaps, as Phil called them. But he kept being like, let me just open this flap. And Dan was so done with him. He was just like, Phil, stop saying flap. And he would not stop saying it, by the way. Our audience was called Bob for some reason. Like, we just casually got called Bob after we shouted all our names out at once. And at one point in the show, there was this dog thing where you had to choose a dog. And with math, it was like you had to get the same dog no matter what dog you chose. My mom told me that. I did not know that. I thought everyone just chose a sheep. Anyone who didn't get the dog, Phil was just like, you guys need to be in Bob. And it was really weird out of context. Like, imagine hearing that with no context. I would just be like, what is going on? Also, Phil had a diss track, and literally in one of them, he said fan, and everyone was screaming so loud you could not hear any of the next words he said, and that was like probably the highlight of the show, because I was just like, that just shows how much everyone's obsessed with fan. So the end where they were like playing the piano and singing, I was just like, my heart, someone help me. Like, I was not okay. I'm still not okay. I am shook. I can't even put it into words. It was amazing. There was a lot more also, but I can't think of it. But if I think of something, I'll probably just have like this little card of just like moments, so I can just look back and be like, can't believe you forgot that, Liz. But this was probably like one of the best experiences of my life. I know my friend and I had a lot of fun, and I will never forget this, honestly. That was really sentimental sounding, but like, I love Dan and Phil. They're my inspirations. I stand. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I laughed so hard at this show. The last time I've laughed this hard was literally when Kaylee bought 7 of the same animals on Chicken Smoothie. See ya, people. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. You can't even see my hands, but this doesn't deserve a proper ending.